สวัสดีครับอันนี้ทรงเกตครับอ๋อน่าใช่ครับเราครับthis so max next strategy by trading this one. Test 1 2 3 test 1 2 3จำได้ไหม first time wireless LAN okay test 1 2 3 test 1 2 3 test 1 2 3เสียงมาใช้ได้ครับTest 1 2 3โอเคใช้ได้ครับก็เดี๋ยวแจ้งคุณเห็นไฟล์แล้วครับผมส่งให้ครับตอนดึกๆเลยนะครับเนื่องจากว่ามีคนหนึ่งเขาติดต่อเข้ามานะครับ เหมือนว่าเป็นไม่แน่ใจครับเป็นภาคอะไรไม่รู้ครับเครื่องกลหรือว่าหรือไฟฟ้าครับจำไม่ได้ครับเขาบอกว่าเขาขอเข้ามาเรียนนะครับก็จริงๆผมเช็คใน ใน Supreme นะครับแล้วนะครับเขาลงมาแล้วนะครับผมก็ไม่รู้ว่าเขียนมาเพื่ออะไรให้ผมรับทราบบ้างแล้วก็ไม่รู้ว่าลงวันไหนนะครับแล้วก็ไม่เข้าเรียนนะครับก็ไม่ผมบอกให้เขาติดต่อคุณนะครับก็คือกลุ่มโลจิสติกโดยต้องปิดไฟเนาะเดี๋ยวแป๊บนึงครับมันสะท้อนครับ ก็เดี๋ยวนะครับทำหลายอย่างพร้อมกันเมาส์ไปไหนนี่โอ้ no มาเข้าเมาส์นี้ได้ไงนะครับผมก็บอกให้เขาติดต่อคุณนะครับโลจิสติกปี2นะครับเพื่อว่าจะได้รับทราบนะครับความเป็นมาเป็นไปนะครับในของวิชานี้นะครับในกลุ่มไลน์นะใช้ช่องทางหลักแล้วก็ผมก็จะได้เชิญเขาเข้ามาที่ผมจะได้เชิญเขาเข้ามาที่ Google Classroom นะครับเพื่อว่ารับส่งไฟล์การบ้านอะไรกันอย่างนี้นะครับที่หนังสืออะไรนะครับผมก็อัปโหลดให้คุณแล้วครับwhere is that it's zero introduction right okay this one and we're gonna send it to iPad yes and no this one to introduction right session นะครับก็ขอแจ้งคุณตรงนี้นะครับเพื่อว่าไม่ฟังแล้วอะไรนะครับเสียงสะท้อนนะครับส่วนอันนี้ผมต้องมอนิเตอร์คุณเนาะก็ฟังเจ๊งจริงครับก็ขอแจ้งรายชื่อใหม่นะครับตามที่ Supreme นะครับเพราะว่าผมก็ได้รับข้อมูลจาก Supreme มาแล้วนะครับสวัสดีครับอาจารย์และเพื่อนทุกท่านโอเคนพดลเขาอยู่ที่ช่อง OBS นะแล้วก็อยู่ที่ช่อง Steam Lab ด้วยนะครับโอเคก็ผมก็ขอแจ้งคุณเกี่ยวกับรายชื่อใหม่นะที่เป็นหมายเลขนะครับผมไม่รู้ว่าผมส่งไฟล์นี้ให้คุณแล้วหรือยังครับโอ้ my god เมาส์ใช้ไม่ได้แล้วทำไงนี่ใช้นี้ใช้นี้มั้งเมาส์นี้แล้วกันครับโอเคเอาswitch number to this one right แป๊บนึงนะครับเซตเมาส์หน่อยนะครับไม่ก็เมาส์ต้องรีสตาร์ทเครื่องนะครับแต่ว่ามันจะเสียเวลาไหมถ้าผมรีสตาร์ทเครื่อง iPad ถ้ารีสตาร์ทจะมาไหมเห็นไหมเอ่ยไซอัทรอนอันนี้แล้วกันโอ้นี่มาแล้วแบบนี้นะครับไซอัทรอนเข้าไปไหมไปแล้วนะครับโอเคใช้ได้นะครับก็จะขอแจ้งหมายเลขใหม่นะครับคุณก็ช่วยพิมพ์ตามนี้นิดนึงนะครับสัปดาห์ที่แล้วโอ้ no สัปดาห์ที่แล้วโอ้ no this one right ไม่ได้รับทราบข้อมูลที่แท้จริงนะครับจาก Supreme นะครับแต่ว่าช่วงสุดสัปดาห์นะครับผมก็ไปอัปเดตข้อมูลเพราะว่าคนนี้นะครับคนนี้นะชื่อรุจิรานะครับรุจิรกูลนะครับเข้าใจว่าน่าจะเป็นเครื่องกลนะเขาติดต่อผมมาว่าอยากจะเรียนนะครับก็ไม่รู้ว่าจริงจังแค่ไหนนะครับเพราะว่าเขาก็ไม่ติดต่อคุณกันเลยมั้งอะไรอย่างเงี้ยครับเขาก็ไม่ได้ติดต่อคุณไปมั้งครับก็ผมก็ไม่เห็นเขาเข้ามาวันนี้นะครับก็เราก็ไปของเรานะครับก็สงวนหมายเลข1ไว้ให้กับเขาเนาะแล้วก็ ที่ว่าพรนะครับขออนุญาตเริ่มเป็นหมายเลข2นะแต่ว่าครั้งนี้พิมพ์มาแล้วไม่เป็นไรนะครับหมายเลขอะไรก็ได้ก็จริงๆ5 คนหมายเลขพวกนี้ไม่ค่อยซีเรียสนะครับแต่ว่าถ้า20-30 คนครับขอหมายเลขตามนี้หน่อยนะเพราะว่าผมเล็งตามรหัสนิสิตคุณแล้วมันงงครับมันกินเวลาเยอะนะครับก็ถ้าเรียงหมายเลขอย่างเงี้ย2แล้วทิพพรนะครับ3กรชนกอย่างเงี้ยนะครับแล้วก็4ทิศนะ5นพดลนะครับ6สุขภักดิ์แล้วก็อันนี้เป็นปี1ครับผมไม่รู้ว่ายังไงครับคิดยังไงจะเขาลงมาแล้วนะเขาลงมาแล้วผมไม่รู้ว่าเขาจะถอนไหมหรือว่าอะไรยังไงนะครับก็เก็บหมายเลข7ไว้ให้เขานะครับของคุณก็เริ่มตามนี้นะสงวนหมายเลข1ให้กับน่าจะเป็นปี4เครื่องกลนะครับก็แจ้งคุณประมาณนี้นะนอกนั้นทุกคนก็ส่งพวกเกรด EE111 เก็บไว้นะผมบันทึกไว้นะครับประมาณนี้นะเพราะว่าถ้าเกิดมีปัญหาจนกระทั่งคุณจบปี4อะไรนะครับผมจะได้มีหลักฐานให้เขาได้ถูกนะครับว่าคุณผ่าน EE111 นะอะไรอย่างนี้นะครับก็ขอเก็บไว้เป็นหลักฐานนะครับไม่ได้ทำอะไรหรอกเผื่อมหาวิทยาลัยเขาขอตรวจสอบอะไรขึ้นมานะครับโอเคนะครับขอแจ้งคุณตรงนี้แล้วก็เนาะครั้งแรกๆมันก็จะมีติดขัดอยู่บ้างนะครับก็จะแจ้งว่าหนังสือนั้นเอาลงไว้ให้แล้วนะครับหนังสือ where is that course 8 classroom on นะ no go back to this one ทำไงถึงจะเห็นครับทำไงถึงจะเห็นเลยthis one อันนี้นะครับโอเคหนังสือนะครับก็เอาลงไว้ให้แล้วนะครับที่โฟลเดอร์นี้นะครับคุณก็ไปสามารถหาอ่านเพิ่มเติมได้นะครับแจ้งไว้นะครับเผื่อว่าเรียนแล้วไม่รู้เรื่องนะครับก็ไปอ่านในรายละเอียดในหนังสือได้นะครับ reference ก็ลงไว้ให้นะครับแล้วก็การบ้านนะครับผมก็ลืมสั่งเมื่อสุดสัปดาห์ที่เรียนเสร็จแล้วนะครับก็อันนี้นะครับส่งไม่ส่งแล้วแต่คุณนะครับโอเคไหมก็ตามนั้นนะครับสายก็จะมีหักคะแนนบ้างอะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะครับ0.75ว่ากันไปส่วนไฟล์นะครับไฟล์ก็จะมี2โฟลเดอร์นะครับอันนี้ก็จะเป็นแจ้งทั่วๆไปเนาะพวกบทที่0นะครับแล้วก็การเข้าเรียนของคุณนะครับแคปหน้าจอที่คุณพิมพ์มาครับในแต่ละครั้งครับผมจะเอาใส่ไว้ให้ lecture note นะครับแล้วก็ที่เขียนโดย good notes นะครับก็เอาใส่ไว้ให้เช่นเดียวกันครับส่วนโฟลเดอร์นี้จะเป็นไฟล์ที่บันทึกโดย Zoom นะครับก็แต่ละอันเนี่ยก็จะเป็นคลิปที่บันทึกของการเรียนเราครับคุณก็กลับไปเปิดทบทวนได้ครับหรือว่าใครติดธุระนะครับก็เข้าพิมพ์ชื่อแล้วก็ออกไปใน YouTube หรือว่าใน Zoom อะไรก็ได้นะครับก็มีเวลาว่างครับกลับมาคุณก็มาฟังมาเปิดดูย้อนหลังได้นะครับเข้ามาที่ห้องเรียนเรานะครับหรือว่าไปดูที่ YouTube เลยก็ได้นะครับเพราะว่ามันก็จะสตรีมไปที่ YouTube บันทึกที่ YouTube ด้วยนะครับมี4อันนะครับโอเคก็แจ้งคุณคร่าวๆประมาณนี้นะครับอัปเดตเนาะเพราะว่ามันยังเป็นครั้งใหม่ๆครับแล้วมีการเปลี่ยนแปลงครับก็ถ้าไม่มีใครแล้วผมก็จะปิดหน้าของ Zoom นะครับเพื่อว่ามาต่อของเราเต็มๆที่ตรงนี้นะครับก็จะประมาณนี้นะครับว่างเราเลยนะครับก็เราบทที่1นะครับเนาะผมแก้นิดนึงนะครับผมแก้นิดนึงตรงที่ว่า where is that ไปไม่ไปนะ M604 no it's section no it's good note right good notes on 07 right 07.7 06.2022 โอเคประมาณนี้นะครับก็ผมแก้นิดนึงนะครับตรงนี้ A0 นะถูกต้องแล้วนะครับแล้วก็ของเราอันแรกเนาะก็จะเป็นเนี่ยผมแก้จาก B เป็น A0 นะเพื่อว่าให้มันตรงกันครับคุณจะได้ไม่สับสนนะเพราะว่าถ้าเป็น B เดี๋ยวคุณเข้าใจว่าเป็น B อันนี้นะครับเดี๋ยวมันงงกันนะครับก็ไม่มีอะไรอีกเนาะ A0 ตรงนี้นะครับตรงนั้นก็อัลฟาครับลบ A0 ไปนะครับ เป็น B แล้วเดี๋ยวคุณงงนะครับก็โจทย์เราก็ผ่านไปเรื่อยๆแล้วนะครับ non homogeneous แล้วนะครับhomogeneous จบไปแล้วเนาะตรงนี้นะครับเรา12 ปีก็มีquarter นะครับก็ไตรมาสเนาะก็คูณ4ไปนะครับมาเราขึ้นตรงนี้นะครับ non homogeneous นะครับโอเคขอสวิตช์เปลี่ยนภาษามาเป็นภาษาอังกฤษแล้วเดี๋ยวเขามาตรวจสอบเราจะหาว่าผมสอนภาษาไทยคุณแล้วก็มีปัญหากันนะครับก็โอเค good afternoon everyone welcome you to EE211 right which is mathematics for engineering 2 we start at 1317 okay here we consider the topic of non-homogeneous first order difference equation in the last lecture we you have seen already how to solve the first order difference equation but that's the homogeneous version okay once we don't have the right hand side here okay the right hand term okay at the moment it's going to be a little bit more complicated okay because we have an additional term on the right side here in equation number 22 okay but before that you have the skill right you have got to know how to solve this one that's useful okay we are going to use those procedure again and yes the additional thing we will learn this time in this lecture is how to find the solution which is caused by this term okay this one is Rn right R stands for residual okay the remaining thing or something like that yes of course in this equation you can see that there are two unknown variables the first one is yn plus 1 the second variable is yn okay this is the lagged one oh no it's the advanced term okay by 1 when once you see the positive mean it's the advanced quantity if you see the negative here it means the lagged one or the delayed version okay yes of course our purpose is to find yn right we want to find yn from this equation so we want to find yn so our yn is the destination not yn plus 1 okay we don't want to find yn plus 1 we want to find yn all right so yn needs to be determined and a0 is still here it's constant okay that doesn't depend on both yn and yn plus 1 and the additional term here on the right side is the new thing to us you have never seen before right what Rn can be a constant okay for example the term R and it can be also linear increasing function so it's like a R times n okay because it's a function of n it can happen that Rn is the product between R and n Rn can be exponential increasing function for example if you have a constant c and c is raised by n and there is a constant r in front of this exponential term. It can happen if something is expressed like this. Okay, there are three versions: constant, linear increase, exponential increase. Okay, r can be all of these. Okay, of course, you know that once we don't have the right hand side, this one is 0, and we're gonna get we're gonna have we're gonna get homogeneous solution, right? If this term is 0, and you solve it from this one. Okay, let's get back to the theory in homogeneous equation. Raises to n and times k when k is y0. All right. Yes, we call this solution as the homogeneous solution, and it's gonna be changed as YH. Okay, YHN is Y0, and times minus A, times A 0 raises to n. All right, we have the subscript H here, okay, that stands for homogeneous, because we start we get this one from the homogeneous version. So this H stand for homogeneous. Okay, you know that we have the homogeneous solution from that equation, but due to the residual term Rn on the right side, we could find the solution, which is another one. It is called Yp. Okay, we let Yp be a particular solution. Okay, P come from the word particular solution. Okay, particular. So the word particular. Okay, we use P due to particular word, and solution Yp in this equation can be found by choosing a function Ypn. Okay, and then substituting the chosen function into this one. Okay, and we will see whether it's correct or not, or it holds true or not. Sometimes the solution Yp to equation 24 is referred to as, is called forced response to equation 22. Okay, sometimes like in the mechanical engineering, they can say it's forced solution. Okay, apart from the typical name, but for us in mathematics subject like EE211, we're gonna say this is the particular solution. Okay, what else? Let C be the homogeneous solution, and you can say C is complementary solution, or YC is actually equal to YH. Okay, C is the same as H. YH, and you can say it's homogeneous solution. It's actually the same thing right here. It's called complementary solution, and that's the same thing we get from YH. Okay, negative A0 raises to n. All right. What else? Yes, it's known as a complementary solution. Okay, C come from the word complementary. This one. All right. Or sometimes it's known as natural response. Okay, YP is forces response. YC, okay, in the case when there is no right hand side, it's going to be called natural response. Okay, in some application. Okay, as you know from equation 10, the complementary solution or the homogeneous solution can be written as y0 and negative a0 raised to n. And the combination of all possible solutions forms the general solution to the homogeneous difference equation. So the summation of both YP particular solution and the complementary solution YC will be the general solution. Okay, it's known as general solution. So if you combine particular solution and complementary solution is 24 and 25. Okay, you just add this one, you're gonna get YC plus YP and YC plus YP, right? And comparing 27 to 22, the original equation, we would find that the general solution is the combination of YC and YP. This is the proof how or why we get YG. The general solution will be the summation of complementary solution and the particular solution. โอเคถึงตอนนี้นะก็มีคำตอบ2คำตอบนะครับก็คือมีสิ่งที่เรียกว่า complementary solution นะครับห้อย C หรือคุณจะเขียนว่า sorry คุณจะเขียนว่าห้อย H ก็ได้นะครับ H ก็มาจากคำว่า homogeneous solution ก็คือตอนที่ทางขวามันไม่มีค่านะครับเป็น0นะครับส่วน YP เป็นสิ่งที่คุณเรียนใหม่วันนี้นะครับเดี๋ยวจะพาทำให้ดูเป็นตัวอย่างนะครับสูตรชัดเจนนั้นไม่น่ามีนะครับมีแต่ทำให้ดูเป็นตัวอย่างได้นะครับโอเคไหมคุณก็ทำจุดเยอะแล้วมันก็จะเก็บเป็นประสบการณ์นะครับโอเคwe have the explicit form of the general solution as the combination of complementary solution and the particular solution. Okay, the general solution, of course, is it can be it can be expressed as the homogeneous one or the complementary one, right, which is k negative a0 raised to n nyp, right? But the important thing here is that k is no longer y0. Okay, it should be the yg0 minus this is the yh0, right? This is yc0. Let me write down. K is yc0, right? But you know that yg0 is yc, the complementary solution, plus YP, which is the particular solution. Okay, and if you want to find YC, you have to move this term to the left hand side. It's going to appear as negative term. Okay, and that's why, oh my god, that's why we have this YG minus 0 minus YP0. Okay, YG0 minus YP0. Okay, this is the theory, but it might be hard to understand, right? ลองถ้าผมปิดอันนี้ก็สะท้อนไหมโอเคก็สะท้อนอยู่นะครับโอเคlet's take a look at the first example. It would be better for you to understand. All right. Okay, we're gonna open. We will open the the file here. All right. The bank. Okay, there's a bank, and that bank offers an interest rate of 5%. Again, okay, 5% compounded monthly. Okay, the interest is calculated every month or monthly. So later, additionally deposit 10 Thai baht every month. Okay, you invest first 1,000 baht to that bank account, and at the end of each month, you further deposit 10 Thai baht to that bank account. Okay, and they ask you what is the remaining amount, or in the financial term it may be called balance of the account. Okay, what is the balance of the account after 10 years? Okay, or it means simply that how much money do you have after 10 years in that bank account? Okay, because you first deposit 1,000 Thai baht, and after that every month you deposit, okay, you keep 10 Thai baht every month to the bank. Okay, I think nobody is going to do that, because if you go to the bank, you would waste your money due to the car fuel, and 10 Thai baht will be less than the amount of the fuel actually, or you may deposit by mobile phone or something like that. Okay, you don't have to pay for the benzene or the gasoline at all. Okay, anyway, this person deposit 10 Thai baht every month. Okay, but at the beginning he deposit 1,000 Thai baht, and the interest rate is calculated every month. Okay, what is the schematic then? So this is the person, right? He has money with him 1,000 Thai baht, and he go to the bank, right? He go to the bank. He goes to the bank, and here is a bank. And he deposits this time is at the beginning, right? At the beginning, he deposit 10,000 Thai baht. So at n equal to 0, right? He deposit 10,000 Thai baht, and so what should I write it? It's y0 is at the beginning, right? Is 1,000 Thai baht THB, right? And once the time goes by, n equal to 1, okay. Okay, let's say this is the 1st of January. Let's say this is 1st of January 1, okay. And at the end of the first month, right, at the end of the first month, he would that's the February February 1st, right? January 1st, February 1st, and you're gonna have y1, right? It's y when n is equal to 1. When n is equal to 1, you would have 1,000, right? The initial amount plus the interest, right? This is the initial plus interest. So how could we find the interest? If you do your homework, you would know how to find the interest. The interest is expressed in annual version, which is 5%. This is the annual interest, okay, 5% or 0.05. But the calculation is made monthly, okay. Every month the bank will calculate the interest, okay. They will give you the interest, and 0.05 should be divided by 12 according to the annual quantity, okay. We have to divide it by 12. Yes, of course, we will write down here 0.05 divided by 12. The interest should be multiplied, should be the multiplication with the initial amount, which is 1,000 Thai baht. But there is another term, because you monthly deposit. You deposit more money, and that amount is not much. It's only 10 Thai baht. It's 10 Thai baht. So let's express it again. It's 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12 times the initial amount 1,000 and plus 10. That's the monthly deposit amount, okay. And let's go to the, let's talk about the let's talk about the results or the money. The money, where's that? Okay, March 1st, or at before March 1st, right? This is at n equal to 2, okay. We complete 2 months, okay. We complete January, we complete February, so n is equal to 2. We finish the second month, and here we have y equal to 1. Oh, sorry, it's y equal to 2, and that's that will be this amount, right? The initial amount right here, the initial amount, which is very long. It's initial again. Initial amount. We have because you didn't take any money out of this account at all, okay, in this month, so the initial amount will remain like that. 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12 times 1,000 plus 10. Okay, that's the initial, but you need to add something more. You have to add the interest. So the interest will be 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12 times 1000 plus 10. Okay, and that's the whole thing. You have to multiply this by, again, 0.05 divided by 12, because this is the annual, this is the monthly interest. Okay, and then you need to have more, because you again have deposit the money. Okay, you deposit the money, monthly deposit, and the amount of monthly deposit is 10 baht, 10 Thai baht. Okay, and you have to do this every time until 10 years. Oh my God, that's painful, because you have to do it 120 times. Okay, it's not easy at all, right? And yes, you have to calculate it. Okay, 120 times. 120 times, and you will get the answer. But what is the clever way to do this? If you take a look at, okay, that's the manual way. Even you don't understand non-homogeneous difference equation at all, okay, you have to do this. You have to calculate something like this 120 times. If you don't know anything about non-homogeneous first order difference equation at all, okay, but we are going to use the theory of non-homogeneous equation in this one. Okay, of course, if you don't deposit the money, you're gonna have what is that? No, we remove this term, right? Remove this term to the, remove this term to, okay, let me move this term to the, okay, this is the y0, right? This is y0, this is y0, this is y0. We're gonna move this term to the left hand side, right? If you move this term to the left hand side, it's gonna be yn, y1, sorry, y1 is equal, y1 times 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12, and here is y0, because y0 is this one, 1000 Thai baht. Okay, and on the right side you get number 10, right? But what about this? In this equation, you can see that it can be expressed as if we move this term, this is y with 10, right? With 10. So this is y1. This is y1. And y1 plus this term, right? y1 plus this one, right? Oh, here. Okay. It can be expressed as here we have y2 equal to 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12, and very long term, and that's the 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12 times 1,000 Thai baht plus 10, and that's and there you have that. And here, oh my god, it's better to remove this. And this term is here, right? And you have 10, right? And if you express it something like this is the this term is y1, right? Because if you take a look here, y1 is this thing, right? So here we can see that this is y2 and minus 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12, and here we have y1, okay, and equal to 10 on the right hand side. Okay, and you have to do something like this. $100 times, okay. 100 times, which is painful, okay. But we don't do that, okay. The general expression for this, okay, if you take a look at this, ผมไม่รู้ว่าเป็นอะไรนะมันสั่นๆครับ ต้องรีสตาร์ทเครื่องครับ if you take a look at this, you have y1 minus 1 plus 0.05 divided 12, right? Better. And y0 equal to 10, right? And for the case n equal to 2, for the case when n is equal to 2, you have y2, okay, it's similar thing, right? y1, y2, and negative this term, and y0, y1, right? It's 10, 10, right? Yes, of course, you can predict that. Once 100 times, you would get y 120 minus 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12, and y 119, right, is going to be number 10, right? Yes, but what we want is y. What is y 120? What is that, right? So in order to find this, we need to first determine yn, okay, and what is that yn? Of course, from this expression, the general term would be general term to this, right? Once you compare y1, y2, the scaling factor in y0, y1, 10, 10, you could see that the general expression would be, oh sorry, yeah, okay, fine. It's yn plus 1 and minus 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12 times yn equal to 10, right? And if you compare it to equation number 22, that's the general form of the non-homogeneous equation right here. Okay, if you compare it, you could find the solution, right? The general, the standard form is yn plus 1 and plus a0, right? a0 and yn equal to rn, right? You can see that, of course, yn, you can see that a0 is negative 1 plus 0.05 by 12. Okay, and rn to number 10, right? If you compare rn to number 10, you can see that rn doesn't depend on n. It's only the constant. You deposit only 10 Thai baht. All right. But general solution yn could be found from the theory here. This term, right? Ygn is the homogeneous solution or the complementary solution, and the particular solution, right? So in order to do that, we have the solution in two terms, right, which is Ygn. The general solution will be Y homogeneous or complementary solution. It's up to you. Okay, you may use, oh my God, Ycn plus Ypn. Okay, but Ycn, the complementary solution, Ycn could be found from Yc0 and minus a0 versus 2n, right? And as you know, a0 is this term, negative of negative thing, right? Negative of negative will be this term versus 2n. Y0 c is not known at the moment, so we're gonna have Ycn. Y0 is not known, so this term is 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12 versus 2n. Okay, we still didn't know Ycn0, right? Okay, we finished Ycn right now. No, not yet, because we want to find this term at y at n equal to 120, right? Here we have n equal to 120. But anyway, we have already found the complementary solution from these terms. Let's talk about Ypn. Okay, Ypn what should it be then? What should YPN be? So we have the general equation like this, right? Where is that? This term or this one, right? The general solution, a general expression in non-homogeneous difference equation is somehow it is. So you have yn plus 1 yn plus 1 plus a0 equal to Rn will be somehow it is, right? And Rn is number 10, right? And we can express it in a specific case like yn plus 1 minus, right, minus 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12 equal to number 10. So what should YP be? What is YP in the particular solution? What should be? Because the residual function here, if you take a look at this, it means that residual function, residual term is only a constant. Oh no, it in. It's only a constant or Rn is equal to 10. With this knowledge, we could assume that from this knowledge, it's going to bring us to the assumption that YPN should be A n plus B, only the constant. I hope so. Let's check whether it's all right or not. Right. Let's say yn is constant because it doesn't depend on n, it's constant, sorry. Change it. Let's say YPN is B, okay? It's a constant because we have a constant here, number 10. And we're gonna oh my God. We are gonna substitute yn YPN into this expression. Okay, we're gonna get YPN plus 1. Oh my God, no. YPN plus 1 minus 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12, and YPN equal to 10. Okay, once we assume that B is this term, YPN is this term, right? You could imply that it means that YP at n plus 1 is still the same because it doesn't depend on n at all. So we still have B. Okay, and after that we're gonna substitute this term to this one, this term to this one. Okay, so we will get this is b, all right, b, and minus 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12. Again, this is b, okay, and here is equal to 10. So we have here b and equal to 10, and yes, of course, we're gonna solve this for b. What is b then in this scenario? Of course, you can cancel each other right here. Okay, on the left hand side, you get 0.05 divided by 12, b equal to 10.ผมไปเร็วตรงไหนแจ้งได้เลยนะครับโอเคไหมไปเร็วตรงไหนแจ้งได้นะครับแล้วก็ขอดูเช็คนิดนึงเก็บไว้ในวิดีโอด้วยนะเผื่อมันอยู่ดีอินเทอร์เน็ตล่มขึ้นมานะครับการพิมพ์ชื่อของคุณนะครับโอเคไหมก็จะประมาณนี้นะครับโอ้ไฟไม่เข้าที่ iPad นะครับเกิดอะไรขึ้นไม่ทราบนะผมเปลี่ยนเก็บไปก่อนแล้วกันนะเดี๋ยวอยู่ดีแบตหมดครับ Thailand เฮ้ย no ไม่ก็ส่งไปให้ใครตะกี้นี่โอ้ส่งไปให้เพื่อนผมครับไม่ก็ไม่ใช่ดิผมส่งให้คุณ Where is EE211 this one right นะครับไฟไม่เข้านะครับโอ้ my god เกิดปัญหาอะไรจะต้องรีสตาร์ทเครื่องนิดนึงครับโอเคขออนุญาตลบจากเพื่อนนิดนึงโอเคwhat is that right here โอเคเดี๋ยวจบข้อ1ก่อนแล้วกันเดี๋ยวผมให้คุณเบรกแล้วเราจะรีสตาร์ทเครื่องนะเพราะว่าตอนนี้แบตของ iPad อยู่ที่21นะครับมันจะหมดนะครับผมก็ไม่รู้ว่าผมเสียบชาร์จแล้วทำไมไม่เข้าครับเดี๋ยวจะต้องรื้อระบบหน่อยครับโอเค anyway right here you have b, right? We need to solve it for b. We get b 10 times 12 by 0.05, and of course after you get 120 divided by 0.05, you get 120 and 2 additional zeros divided by 5, and that's equal to 2,400 Thai baht. All right, 2,400 Thai baht. We get b as this term, right? Soหน้าผิดอีกแล้วนะครับไม่เข้าใจว่าokay now let's substitute this into this equation yg yp, right? Okay, here let's substitute this one into this nyp, which is b, which is actually 2,400 Thai baht, into this expression. We're going to get the general solution. โอเคต้องรีบนิดนึงครับ 20% แล้วนะครับ yg n equal to yc, right? yc is this term, yc 0 and 1 plus 0.05, right? This is yc 0, and times 1 plus 0.05 by 12 raised to n and plus yp, right? But yp is what we have just got here, 2,400 Thai baht. All right, and we still need to know what is yc0, right? What is yc0? So at n equal to 0, we have y0 equal to 1,000 Thai baht, right? And it means the general solution, actually, yg0 is 1,000 Thai baht. That's the whole complete one, right? So once we substitute n equal to 0 to this, okay, we're gonna get yg0 equal to yc0 and 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12 raised to 0 also, and here 2,400, right? And you know that this is only 1,000. You're gonna get 1,000 on the left, and yc0 is what we want to know, but this term has the power of 0 is going to be number 1, so yc0 remains the same, and here is number 1 and plus 2,400, right? Oh, sorry. Yes. So therefore we have here yc0 as 1,000 minus 2,400. Okay, so it will be minus 1,400. Okay, so we substitute back this one, substitute it back to the original equation. This is the negative 1,400. Let me check whether it's correct or not. yc0, why 3,400? I'm sorry for that. Oh, yp is negative. I'm sorry for that. Yp is negative for 2040. Really? Oh yeah, it's negative because this term, once we distribute, this is negative, right? Once you distribute negative to this one, right? So it's negative right here, negative, negative, and negative. So this term will be negative. So we should write down minus, and here it should be also minus, 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 and once you move this term to the left hand side, it's going to be plus. Here is 3,400 Thai baht, and we will substitute this term back to the original equation, this one. Okay, we get yg n equal to 3,400 and 1 plus 0.05 by 12 raised to n minus 2,400, like that. But our purpose is to find y120, right, when n is equal to 120. So we're gonna find find y g n at n equal to 120. So we get you will get y g 120 equal to 3,401 plus 0.05 divided by 12 raises to 120 as we want. And here is 2,400, right? And now it's time to calculate it. Let's move to any calculator. Let's say we used Google. Right. Oh my God, what happened? Okay. Oh no. We're gonna use the calculator. What is that? 3,000 for 3,400 times, right, 1 plus 0.05 by 12 and raises to 120, right, with the power of 120, and minus or plus is minus. Okay, minus 2,400. What is that? It's 3,000 is equal to 3,000. 3,000 3,199.83 approximately, right? It's approximation. Thai baht, right? Like this. Okay, and yes, that's everything for to us. We have got this amount 3,199.83. Okay, we arrive at the end of this problem. Let's check whether it's correct. Yeah, 3,199.83 blah blah blah. Same thing here. 2147 215. All right, and here we get the result 3,199. Okay, if you have any questions, just let me know. มีคำถามไหมครับ ถ้าไม่มีผมขออนุญาตเบรกแป๊บหนึ่งครับ เพื่อว่าผมจะ restart iPad ครับ รู้สึก iPad รวนๆนะครับ เสียบแบตไม่เข้าด้วยนะครับ โอเค see you in 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, we have 10 minutes break นะครับ ขอเบรกสัก5 นาทีหรือ 10 นาทีครับเพื่อผมไม่ได้อยากเบรกหรอกผมต้องการจัดการ iPad ครับเพราะว่าแบตจะหมดเดี๋ยวสอนคุณต่อไม่ได้นะครับโอเคระหว่างนี้เบรกกันสัก5 นาทีหรือ 10 นาทีก่อนนะครับถ้าพร้อมเมื่อไหร่ผมก็เปล่งเสียงออกมาครับโอเคครับแป๊บหนึ่งครับ we need to stop right and quit the Zoom. Okay. ไม่เข้าอันนี้ก็ยังไม่เข้าอ๋อยังไม่ได้เสียบนะไม่ก็ยังไม่ได้เสียบโอเคมาแล้วโอเค get into yes so by Triton okay what's look for then first done first done okay and yes Thailand and gonna get we will get we have it here okay and let's check people เคครับครับก็ขออนุญาตกลับเข้ามาครับแก้ไม่ยากครับผมลืมเสียบปลั๊กนะครับลืมเสียบปลั๊กที่อ่าที่เครื่องครับที่ของ iPad ก็เลยไฟไม่มานะครับเช็ควิวนิดนึงครับว่าใช้ได้หรือเปล่าของของ Steam นะก็จะประมาณนี้ Steam นะครับนี่นะที่สุด Silent conditionโอเคต่อนะครับขออนุญาตต่อของเรานะครับครับมุมกล้องนิดนึงครับเพราะว่ามันไม่ตรงกับเดี๋ยวอัดไปก็เดี๋ยวคุณจะไปดูในหลังนะครับโอเคก็ขออนุญาตต่อของเราครับเมาส์กลับมาใช้ได้ปกตินะครับ Okay, let's continue our next story because we have finished it. The first one, right? The first example, and the solution is 3,000. Okay, almost 200 Thai baht. Okay, in the previous example, you have got the difference equation as 241 divided by 240. Oh, that's the rate shown here. Okay, 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12. If you calculate it in the integer form, it's going to be 241 and 240. Okay, you get that difference equation, and on the right side, it's the additional amount of money you the additional money capture หน้าจอนะครับเสียวว่าอินเทอร์เน็ตจะหลุดนะครับเดี๋ยวอยู่ดีเน็ตหลุดขึ้นมานี่ก็ซวยได้นะครับที่คุณพิมพ์ก็จะไม่รู้เขาจะเซฟไว้ให้หรือเปล่าแต่ว่าเพื่อความชัวร์นี่ผมเก็บไว้ก่อนดีกว่าผมเก็บนกเติมแต้มนะสนุกด้วยนะมีเสียงก็ส่งรูปalso this one right เก็บไว้ก่อนครับเพื่อว่าเดี๋ยวเพื่ออินเทอร์เน็ตเจ๊งอะไรขึ้นมา Okay, let's continue our story. No one is going to attend more soon, right? Here we have the difference equation, and that's the negative one, right? Once we move it to the left hand side, this term is going to be negative, and that's why we have here negative. Okay, and the right hand side remains constant, only number 10, and if the right hand side is a constant r, the difference is of this form, and there is a spatial way to get this solution. Okay, we derive this like this. Okay, and if you go back, it's going to be q. Okay, let's say this is q, right? It's actually a0. Actually, like, no, it's negative a0. Okay, yeah, this is q, and once you go back, it's going to be qyn minus 2 plus r, and here if you arrange it right, is here you have q in front of that, it's going to be q squared, and if you multiply the q, is going to be qr, and qr plus r will be q plus 1 times r, and you can return it to the former generation, and that's n minus 3 qyn minus 3 plus r, and yeah, you arrange it again, and it's going to be q raised to 3 and n minus 3, and here is q squared times r, and here, yeah. Yes, of course, the summation here, qn plus qn minus 1, blah, blah, until number 1 of this term, right? Will be n, okay, if q is equal to 1. Okay, if q is 1, is simple, is n. But if q is not equal to 1, you will get the series, right? Which series cells q raised to n minus 1 and divided by q minus n, and we can substitute this term 41 into the original equation, and yes, of course, it's going to be y0 plus nr, or q n times n times y0, and this term will be q raised to n and divided by q minus 1 times r. Okay, that's the two. Those are two cases when q is equal to 1 and q is not equal to 1. Okay, for us, when our q is 241 and 240, once we substitute this, okay, you can see that q is not equal to 1, so we have to use this equation, and once we substitute q to this one, we get 3199. Okay, that's the same thing as we have got here. Okay, there is a closed form solution if you can remember that, but if you don't, you cannot remember that, just use the typical way. You can also still get you can still get the solution without any difficulty. Okay, let's consider another example. Okay, when n changes with n, okay, it's a little bit more difficult, but it's not the financial problem anymore. Okay, it's the pure mathematical problem. Okay, it's not the story about depositing the money to the bank. Okay, it's the pure mathematical equation. Let's consider this. For example, we have here the yn minus 1 by 2 n minus 1, right, equal to rn. When rn is n square, okay, rn is n square, and n start from 0, 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 okay, and they have also provided the initial condition as y minus 1 equal to 16. Okay, and what is yn then from this expression? how could we find yn in this case? Okay, yeah, that's here we will get into. Okay, that's the case we will get into here. Okay. Of course, once we deal with the non-homogeneous equation, of course, the general solution, here is the general solution. And the complementary solution.บริเวณนี้จะร้อนนะครับเพราะว่ากำลังชาร์จอยู่นะครับไฟกำลังเข้านะครับ complementary solution and we have also YP, right? Particular solution. Particular solution. Yes, of course, the relation of all these three will be y. Oh no, my God. YG n equal to YCN plus YPN, right? Of course, let's talk about the complementary solution. What is the homogeneous solution? You can't say that. Yeah, this term. Okay, what is that? It means we have to solve this equation, Yn. We will consider this one. Yn plus 1 minus 1 by 2 Yn equal to 0. Okay, and yes, of course, if you compare it to the original equation, is the y. Okay, if you compare it to the standard form, it's going to be Yn plus 1, right? And plus a0 Yn, right? And of course, we get the solution, right? As Yn will be alpha, this is to n, right? Sorry. It's YC 0 and alpha versus to n, right? Given that alpha is negative a0, right? So we would have yc0, and here is negative a raised to n, right? But here, once you take a look at this, you could find that a0 is negative 1 by 2. So if you go ahead, it's going to be YC 0. Oh, no. YC 0 times 1 by 2 raised to n. Okay, because negative of negative thing will be positive right here. Okay. Right. Yes, of course, we get right now the complementary solution. In we will talk about the particular solution. Okay. what is yp then? Ypn then in this case. Okay, let's take a look at the complementary solution. The residual term. We know that Rn is n square. Okay, we start from Rn is n square. In the previous example, we once we have Rn as number 10, we can imply that yp n is a constant and we say it's b, right? But here, once Rn is sorry. Rn is 10. We get ypn as b. Once our Rn is n squared, what should it be then? In this case, it means that our ypn should be, I don't know, what should I say then? A, B, C, D, no. I don't know what variable they use. They cannot find the solution at all. Okay, they can't find the solution at all. But I'm going to try for you in this case. Let's say if yp is an square. Okay, if yp is an square. No. Alpha, beta, gamma. No. What should we? C1, C2. Okay. C1 times n square plus C2 อันนี้ไม่เคยทำมาก่อนนะเดี๋ยวผมจะลองแก้ดูนะว่าได้หรือเปล่าครับ C3 okay yp, let's say ypn is C1 n square C2 n plus C3 and we will substitute this one back to the original equation. This one, let's see whether it's correct or not. All right, of course ypn is right there. And what is ypn plus 1 then? Ypn plus 1 will be C1 n plus 1 square plus C2 n plus 1 plus C3. And of course, you can see that right here you have C1 n square plus 2n plus 1, right? Plus C2 n plus C2 plus C3. And of course, you're going to get right here C1 n square plus 2 C1 n plus C1 plus C2n plus C2 plus C3. And we combine everything, we get C1 n square plus 2C1 plus C2. This is the term for the n, right? And for the constant, we have all of that C1, C2 plus C3. Okay, this is the expression for ypn. And let's see whether we can solve this. อีกแล้วนะครับใส่หน้าให้ผิดอีกแล้วทำไม GoodNote ชอบมีerrorอย่างนี้เวอร์ชันก่อนหน้านี้ไม่เป็นครับเป็นเวอร์ชันนี้โอเค I hope there will be no fault ก็ยังมาอีกนะครับ Hope there will be no fault. What happened? ยังมาหน้านี้อีกครับผมก็ไม่เข้าใจครับยังไงดี ลบต่อโอเคไม่ต้องซูมก็ได้โอเคที่มีนะครับก็ยังเหมือนเดิมครับโอเคไม่เป็นไรมาด้านนี้ก็ได้ครับonce you have ypn plus 1 like that we will consider the original equation which is the ypn, right? Ypn plus 1 equal to or minus 1 by 2, right? Minus 1 by 2 ypn equal to rn, right? And here your rn is n square, right? Your rn is n square. So we will say this is n square. And we copy ypn plus 1, okay, from this term. We'll express it right here. It's the C1n square. C1n square plus 2C1 plus C2 plus 2C1 plus C2 times n. And everything, right? C1, C2, C3 plus C1 plus C2 plus C3. And the next term is negative 1 by 2. Negative 1 by 2 times the ypn, right? But ypn is what we have assumed there, right? C1n square, C2n plus C3. So it's going to be here C1n square plus C2n plus C3 equal to the last term, which is n squared. Okay, let's combine the left hand side. The left hand side will be C1 minus 1 by 2 C1. This is the term for n square, and the term for n here is negative 1 by 2 C2. So we have 2 C1 plus C2, and here is negative 1 by 2 C2 times n. And of course, the constant term we have something like C1 plus C2 plus C3 and negative 1 by 2 C3 equal to n square. And of course, nothing, right? We combine this, it's going to be 1 by 2 C1 n square and plus this term, right? 2 C1 plus 1 by 2 C2. And here you have 1 by 2. It's going to be C1 plus C2 plus, here we cancel that, right? We get 1 by 2 only. 1 by 2 C3 equal to n square. And of course, we compare this term, we compare both sides of this equation. We can see that the term n square. For the term n square, we have we get 1 by 2 C1, right? N square equal to n square. It means that 1 by 2 C1 equal to number 1, and it means that we get the C1 equal to 2, right? For the term n, for the term n, we get this one, right? C2C1 and 1 by 2 C2, but there is no term n at all here, so it's going to be 0. It means we have 2C1 plus 1 by 2 C2, okay, n equal to 0. So it means that 2C1 plus 1 by 2 C2 equal to 0, right? And from this equation, we can see that 2C1 will be negative 1 by 2 C2, right? And if you go further, it means that C2 is negative 4 of C1. And once you know C1 is equal to 2, so therefore we would have C2 is negative 4 and number 2, and C1 is number 2, so we get negative 8, okay, for C2. And now let's consider a term constant term. The constant term is this one, is C1, C2, 1 by 2, C3, but there is no constant at all on the right side. So we have C1 plus C2 plus 1 by 2 C3 equal to 0. So if you derive this equation, you get C1 plus C2 equal to negative 1 by 2 of C3. But we want to find C3, right? Because C3 is unknown. C3 will be negative 2 of that, negative 2 of C1 plus C2, and we get negative 2. What is C1 then? C1 is number 2. Okay, we write down here number 2. C1 is number 2. C2 is negative 8, right? Plus negative 8. And yeah, write that. And of course, it's going to be it will be negative 2, and 2 and minus 8 is going to be negative 6, right? Negative 6, right? And yes, of course, finally we get 12 for C3. So YP, once we assume that YP is this term, where is the YP is this term, blah blah blah. Yeah, we know C1 as number 2, C2 is number negative 8, and C3 is 12. So we get YP at the end. Therefore, YP n is therefore YPN is C1, right? C1 is number 2 n square in minus 8, right? Minus 8n and plus 12. That's our YP. Okay, that's our YPN. You know, YPN emerges. Okay, we get right now YPN. What about YC? YC is right here, Y0 and 1 by 2 raises to n, right? So let's make a conclusion. Okay, let's make a conclusion. YGN will be YCN, right? Plus YPN. But YCN is YC0 times 1 by 2 raised to n, and plus the YPN, right? YPN is 2n squared minus 8n plus 12. Okay, and yes, of course, they have provided the initial condition right here. Okay, y minus 1 is 16. So y minus 1 is 16. What they have provided is the initial condition. No. Initial condition. The initial condition says that y minus 1 is 16, right? If I can remember correctly. Yeah, 16. So it's time right now to say at n equal to -1, we get on the left hand side here yt minus 1 equal to yc0 and 1 by 2 raises to -1 because n is equal to -1. And we have here plus 2 and -1 square minus 8 and -1 and plus 12. And on the left hand side, of course, they have provided, they say that y minus 1 is 16. So this is 16. And on the right hand side, we get of course the reverse of this one is number 2. We get 2yc0, and here is plus 1 is -1, so we have 2 plus 8 plus 12, right? And of course you would get 16 on the left hand side. You get 2yc0, you get here 22, right? And of course it's going to be yc0 will be 16 minus 22 divided by 2, right? It's -6 by 2, and that's -3. So we substitute yc0 back to the original equation, this one here. You will get at the end yn as y0, which is -3, and 1 by 2 raises to n plus 2n squared minus 8n. 2n squared minus 8n plus 12. Okay. And I hope it's correct. I hope that it's correct. Okay. คิดว่าน่าจะถูกครับ ไม่รู้ถูกหรือเปล่าครับ if this is 2n squared. I hope it's correct. Plus 8, 22 and -6. Yeah, 16. Okay. All right. Let's check whether it's correct or not. But at this step, they say we don't have sufficient knowledge to find that, and we need to talk about iterative computation. We need to use the unique closure form formula, and they couldn't find that, right? what is the what is that อ้าวไม่บอกคำตอบให้นะครับผมคิดว่าอันนี้น่าจะถูกครับไม่บอกคำตอบเฉยเลย they didn't provide the solution at all this one เฮ้ยไม่บอกคำตอบอ๋อ and they introduced the new problem here the closed form solution is discovered here at this page on this page, and it turns out to be, oh my god, very complicated. My god, it's too complicated, this one. Okay, but the good thing is this one. Okay, this is the correct answer. Okay, don't worry about it, just use this one. อันนี้คือคำตอบแล้วนะครับโอเคมาเดี๋ยวผมไปพิมพ์ใส่ในสไลด์ให้โอเค-3 only yeah, let's move to the next page. Then they couldn't find the closed form solution right here, but I just discovered right now in this semester นะเพิ่งจะค้นพบเมื่อสอนคุณนี่แหละครับโอเคไหมว่าคำตอบควรเป็นง่ายๆแบบนี้แต่ผมไม่เข้าใจว่าทำไมต้องหาอะไรให้มันยากๆ okay the procedure in the previous one is iterative computation, and it can be found only in the difference equation. It gives us an iterative solution, but okay, what is that then? They just start from the initial condition here. They just start from this one, and let's say they compute y0, and y0 is 8. They compute yn is 5. It turns out to be 5. They compute y2, and that's 6.5. And they compute y3, y4, and blah blah blah. Okay, we cannot find the general expression for yn, but I just discovered right here at this semester to you. Okay, yn is something like that. Okay. Okay, the unique closed form. Okay, let's consider the case when the qn here is the prefix in front of the coefficient in front of yn, and rn still exists right here. If they provide the initial condition as y0 and as y with subscript 0, if qn and rn are real sequences for n in n0, n can be also 0. The unique closed form is found by reference number 2, reference number 4, reference number 5. Okay, I have checked all 3 books to you. You would get the solution like this. Okay, y0, which is the initial condition of yn, and qk and rk and qj. Okay, q is the constant in front of y, rn is the residual term. Okay, and this is the product. Okay, product from 0 to n minus 1, summation from 0 to n minus 1, and k minus 1 to n minus 1. Okay, and that's the index j. And if n1 is greater than n2, what is n1, n2? If the summation here has the unique quantities, if n1 is greater than n2, let's say the summation will be 0. It can happen that if you say this is, if n is 0, this term will be all 0. All right, summation of this term will be 0. If n1 is greater than n2, the product will be the same. Okay, will be 1. Okay, and the product will be 1, and this will never take any value at all. It's going to be 0. Okay, the derivation of 15 of this one is available here in reference number 6. Okay, it's taken from book 2, reference 245, and the solution. If you want to find how we arrive at this, just go to the book reference number 6. We'll talk about reference 2, 4, and 6. Reference 2 is this one. Reference 4 is this one. Reference 5 is this one. And the derivation is available here in reference number 6, right here. Okay. Okay. We consider the case when the coefficient is not constant, right? And let's take a look at a problem. This problem says, suppose that we have a loan and I have to pay back the loan periodically once a month. Okay, you take the money from any place. Okay, you take the money from any place, and you take the money, you borrow the money from a bank, for example, or any person, and you say that you will return the money every month. Okay, and unfortunately the interest rate is rho % per period. If the initial loan is L0, determine the expression of the outstanding balance after n payments denoted by Ln in terms of the payment at the end of each period denoted by Pn. Okay. Okay. Let me write down the model, what is going on in this problem. Okay. Okay, this is you, and you go to the bank. Here's the bank. You pick up the money. You take the money from them. You borrow the money. You take the money from them. It's known as L0. Okay, L0 could be $1 Thai million. 1 Thai million. Okay, you get back at home. You stay at home. Okay, you stay at home like that. And every month you have to return the money, right? Because you borrow the money from the bank. At the end of the first month, at the end of the first month, you return the money to the bank. You carry the money with you. And payment 1 is this term. Okay, the money with you. And it's called P1. Okay, after the first month, you carry this to the bank. Here is the bank again. Okay, carry the first payment. Okay, bring it to the bank, and you do this every time. Okay, it is in the after the second month. Okay, you carry again the money to the bank, but this amount is not the same. It's known as P2. Okay, you bring the money P2. Okay, this is bank. You do this n times. Okay, and okay, what is the outstanding balance after n payments, after the n month? This is the first payment. This is the second payment. Okay, n times you again you carry the money with you, and here is the amount of money p at times n. You carry this money again to the bank. Here is the bank, and they ask, what is the balance? Your money status at the banks. What is the balance then? Okay, that's the whole thing about this problem. They ask you for the outstanding balance is LN. This is balance 1. Balance 1 means L1, the loan after the first month. Balance 2 means the loan. L2. Okay, balance N after the N payment is going to be LN. Okay, but they want to find LN in terms of PN. Right here, determine the expression of the outstanding balance after the N payment denoted by LN. In terms of the payment at the end of each period, each month, for example, you can say PN. All right. So let's go ahead with that. You borrow the money by L0, right? Once a month, for example, period. And after the loan, right? The loan after the first month will be the loan at the beginning, right? The loan at the beginning plus the loan at the beginning times the interest rate. They will charge you ρ% each period, so you have to multiply it by ρ by 100. But fortunately, you give the money back. Okay, you have to recover, right? You have to pay back by PN. So it's the minus PN. P1 โอเคไม่มีพื้นที่นะครับยังไงดีเปลี่ยนแก้ไขละ minus P1 โอ้ก็เหมือนเดิมครับโอเค and in the second month second period you would have พื้นที่เยอะ L ของเราเยอะเลยนะครับว่ายาวนะครับ L2 right will be of course the loan at the state 1 right? the loan from the beginning, from the previous period, L1 plus L1 times the interest rate. It's roll by 100%, right? And of course, you pay back, which is P1. No, now it's P2, right? You pay back by P2. If I understand properly. Yeah. Somehow it is. And what they want to know, what is Yn in this Ln, sorry, Ln in this case in terms of Pn, because pure Pn is okay. From this equation, you can see that at any n, right, any status, or the loan in let's say this is the payment at the first time, but they used the index of the same thing, Pn. End of the first month, right? The loan of the first month, right? The loan of after the first month, like this, right? But you didn't. L1 is the loan from the previous stage, but L0. Okay, you take the money. L0, L1. Okay, let's say this is not P1, it's P0. Okay. P0. And here is also the same thing, KP1. And for any term in, we could see that L n plus 1 will be Ln, right, plus Ln the loan times the interest rate, roll by 100, and minus payment at that state, Pn. All right. Just we could combine this term, right? Of course, it's going to be 1 plus roll by 100 times Ln minus Pn. Okay, and the next thing is we compare this equation to the original formula. You say Yn plus 1 and Qn, Yn, and Rn, right? We compare it to the original expression. Let's say this is Yn plus 1 equal to Qn and Yn plus Rn, right? Plus Rn. Yes, of course. We consider this one. Okay. And you they want to find P bar. Okay, P bar. Oh, what is P bar? Oh, not this one. It's this one. Okay. Of course, you can see that you can compare it, right? This one. Okay, and this one. You can see that Qn is 1 plus rho by 100. Okay, and Rn is negative Pn. All right. เพิ่มหน้าผิดอีกแล้วครับมาก่อนอีกแล้วครับเพิ่มหน้าผิดมาก่อนทำไงดีนี้โอเคมาได้แล้วครับไม่ต้องซูมโอเค now we want to find the solution, right? And let's consider equation 15. Equation 15 say something like this: yn equals ต้อง2 หน้าแล้ว first one, right? Okay. Yes, right here, equation 15, that's the formula, is that's the destination for us. We know Qn and we know Rn, which is negative Pn. We will substitute it to this one, right? So Yn will be Y0. Oh, sorry. We need to see it's not Yn, it's Ln, right? Ln is equal to Y0. So it's ln at the beginning, so ln at the beginning is L0. And the product from K, the product from K at 0 to n minus 1 of Q. Q is this term, right? Is this term. It is 1 plus rho by 100 plus sigma from K at 0 to n minus 1 of Rk. Rk is it's negative Pn, right? And you have the product again. Product is too big. Product is product start from j k plus 1 to n minus 1, and this is q. Q is still the same here. 1 plus rho by 100. Okay, and yes, of course, we're gonna go further and take a look at this term, rho from K 0 to n minus 1 of 1 plus rho by 100. Because this term is a constant, okay, there is no K at all. Okay, there's no n, there's no K, so it will be 1 plus rho by 100 raises to, of course, there is n term, right? We start from 0 until n minus 1, but there will be n term, so this term will have the power of n And for this one, okay, you can see that product from j equal to k plus 1 to n minus 1 of 1 plus rho by 100 will be this term, right? Was one rho plus 100. But the power is a little bit complicated. You start from 0, you get power of n. All right. If you start from 1, it's going to be n minus 1. Okay, n minus 1. If you start from k plus 1, what is that? You start from whatever, you get this term minus this one and plus 1, right? But if you start from this term to this one, you have to deduce this one from this amount and plus 1, right? Okay, so this will be n minus 1 minus k plus 1 n plus 1. Okay, and yes, of course, we will get 1 plus rho by 100 and change it, right? N minus k minus 1, that's the power of the second term here. And of course, this is not Pn, it's pk, sorry for that. Still with pk. So finally, Ln will be as 0 times this term. 1 plus rho by 100 raises to n and plus summation, right? This is the negative, right? So we move negative in out of that. The factor here will be negative k 0 n minus 1 pk, and yes, of course, this term will be 1 plus rho by 100 versus to n minus k n minus 1. Oh my God. Don't have such n minus k minus 1. Okay, like that. And I hope it's correct. Is there anything else to do? No, there is nothing. Okay, let's check whether our result is correct or not. Yeah, our solution. Yes, it's correct. Okay, it's correct right here. นะครับก็จะประมาณนี้ Okay, let's now move to the next question. The further question is the following. From the previous example, suppose that the loan is paid back equally. So Pn is P bar in n installments. Okay, installments mean we complete the back payment. Okay, you reduce the loan. Okay, you make the loan until it vanishes. Okay, when the loan disappears in n pieces of payment or in installments, that's the term in finance. Okay, so what is each installment P bar in this scenario? Okay, the word in and in install means URL, okay, means that the loan disappear or vanishes. Okay, the loan reduces to 0. And what is that? It means Ln is equal to 0. Okay, the loan reduces to 0. So L after n payments will be 0. Okay, now let's get back to this equation. L with a capital N, everything should remain 0, right? So at n equal to n, and let's say Pn is P bar. Pn is P bar. We will follow that one, right? L at the capital N will be L0, 1 plus rho by 100 raised to n. But your n is now capital N, so it's capital N. And minus summation from k to from k at for k from 0 to n minus 1. And here is pk. But our pk is not, our pk doesn't depend on the time at all. Pk will be only p bar. So we will not say pk. It's only p bar. Okay, and the next thing is this term, right? This term it's 1 plus rho by 100 n minus k minus 1, right? But our n is n, the capital N, okay, at n equal to n, right? So this term will be capital N. I should also mention that n here is replaced by capital N. All right. So they want to find p bar, right? But you know that Ln will be 0 right here, right? Find p bar. What is p bar, right? But after n installments, this term will be 0, right? Once this term is 0, we could find that L0, 1 plus rho by 100 raised to n, and minus summation k from 0. Oh, sorry. This n also should be replaced by capital N here. Oh my God, I'm stupid. N minus 1, right? Here we have n minus 1 and p bar, of course. P bar is a constant. We can move it out of this. We get p bar right here. And here is the summation, right? Summation of 1 plus rho by 100 n minus k minus 1, right? Please note that the one that doesn't depend on let's consider this term. Okay, let's consider this term, and of course, we solve this term, this equation for p bar first. Okay, p bar will be, okay, we have this term, right, divided by this one. You get L0 at the numerator, 1 plus rho by 100 versus 2n. That's the numerator because it's going to be positive here. You move the whole term, and you have to divide this one by this summation. So summation of k equal to 0 and n minus 1 and 1 plus rho by 100 and n minus k minus 1. That's the whole thing. Well, please note that we will talk about the denominator because it's important thing. K equal to 0 and minus 1 and 1 plus rho by 100 versus to n minus k minus 1. Yes, of course. This is the summation between n minus 1 and negative k minus k, right? So you have you can see that it's equal to k minus equal to 0 and n minus 1, and of course it's going to be 1 plus rho by 100 versus to negative k, and there is another term 1 plus rho by 100, and here is n minus 1. Okay, n minus 1. Okay, you can see the blue one, the blue term doesn't depend on k. We can't move the blue out of the summation, and you get k equal to 0 and n minus 1. Oh no, sorry, stupid. 1 plus rho by 100 versus to n minus 1, and the summation of k from 0 to n minus 1 of 1 plus rho by 100 versus to negative k. Okay. Yes, of course, there's the blue term in if we leave it here, okay, in the result of p bar, we can see that p bar will be L0 and 1 plus rho by 100 versus 2n, and the denominator is the 1 plus rho by 100 versus 2n and 1 plus rho by 100 versus 2 negative 1, and here is the summation from k at 0 to n minus 1 and 1 plus rho by 100 versus negative k. Okay, so you can cancel this term and this term, right, because they are same, and this one is negative 1. We can move it to be positive at the numerator, so you can get at the end L0 times 1 plus rho by 100 with the power 1. We don't have to write that, and here is the summation. Oh my god, I don't have enough space to that. Summation. Oh my god. Okay, let's go to the next page. P bar. P bar is L0 times 1 plus rho by 100 and summation k from 0 to n minus 1 and 1 plus rho by 100 negative k. Okay. And I hope that's correct. And that's, I think, yeah, p bar is like this. And let's check whether it's correct or not. Here, oh my god. Why? Oh, the series of this one is okay. We can use the geometric series again. Okay, not finished yet. Not finished yet. From the basic knowledge, if you have something like A1RK, right? It's no problem. Okay. We can handle more, okay, by changing this term. Of course, you can see that 1 plus rho divided by 100 with a negative k, with the power of negative k, could be expressed as 1 by 1 plus rho by 100 negative k, right? And of course, if you increase the amount of the power of this 1 by k, there will be nothing change, because n with any power will be, number 1 with any power will still be number 1, right? So it can be 1 raised to k. So it can be seen as 1 raised to k divided by 1 plus rho by 100 raised to k, right? Or simply speaking, it's actually 1 divided by 1 plus rho by 100 raised to k. Okay, but you can change somehow if you multiply 100 at both sides. If you multiply 100 at both sides, actually we don't have to do that. Okay, we don't have to multiply both sides. And now is the time to go to the series, right? Now, once you get a series idea, right, from your high school, you know that summation of k from 0 to n minus 1 ARK will be A times 1 minus Rn divided by 1 minus R. Okay, but for us, we don't have A at all. If we consider the summation from k at 0 to capital N minus 1, right? Capital N minus 1 of 1 plus rho by 100 raises to, oh no, oh yeah, 2k, 2 negative k, right? Negative k will be a summation from k to from c at 0 to n minus 1. It could be the red one, right? The red one is 1 plus rho by 100 versus 2k. Okay, and we can apply this formula. We don't have a at all, right? It's going to be 1 plus r is this term, 1 minus 1 plus rho by 100 versus 2. Start the ending point is small n minus 1, and here is the power small n. Here the destination is capital N minus 1, so these terms should be capital N. So we have here capital N and divided by 1 minus simply this term, right? Here 1 plus rho by 100. Okay, if you multiply 100 on both sides, you're gonna get 1 minus versus 2n, and here you have 1 minus 100 divided by 100 plus rho. Okay, it's simpler, right? And what else? Yeah, right now we substitute it to that one. No. Just leave it like this because we're gonna cancel later.มาถึงจังหวะนี้นะครับผมก็จะนะครับกลับไปกลับมาเพราะว่ามันซับซ้อนครับปัญหานี้ยากนะครับโอเคป่ะที่ยกมาให้คุณดูนี่คือของยากแล้วครับเอาของยากมาสอนเลยนะครับก็โจทย์ออกอะไรก็ไม่น่ายากไปกว่านี้แล้วโอเคnow we have the p bar, right? P bar will be LCO and 1 plus rho by 100. And summation here. The summation returns to this, right? We get something very long. 1 minus 1 plus rho by 100 versus 2 capital N and 1 R. My God, I'm stupid. No. You can cancel these two. Okay, let's consider this one. That's one, right? This is number 1. So 1 minus 1 by 1 plus rho by 100 will be 1 plus rho by 100 minus 1 and divided by 1 plus rho by 100. right, it's equal to only row by 100 divided by 1 plus row by 100. Okay, simple like that. And of course, when you substitute it to this term, okay, we're gonna get summation k at 0 to capital N minus 1 plus row by 100 minus k equal to equal to this term and this term, right? But anyway, this one will be row and 1 plus no. It's row by 100 and 1 plus row by 100, right? And it's going to be row by 100 plus row. Okay, that's the denominator here. And of course, when you move this term to the numerator, you're going to get 100 plus row. And divided by row times that term, which is quite big. That term, and that's 1 minus plus row by 100 raises to n k, and that's the summation of this one. And we will leave it to this location p bar. P bar will be L0 1 plus row by 100 divided by this sigma, which is 100 plus row by row, and big one 1 minus 1 plus row by 100 raises to capital N. And now you can have this term, right? Move this one up there, L0, and here you have 100, right? So you have 100 plus row by 100, and here you have is that correct? $100 row by 100 plus row. Yes, there's nothing wrong with row by 100, and here is plus.
still have row by 100 and 1 plus row by 100. And after that, you push the 100 to be here. 100 plus row. Okay. And just of course, this is the denominator. Denominator will be here, and we have to change it, right? 100 plus row, and we change it again here, row by 100. It's going to be row by 100 plus row, right? And at the denominator, we get 1 minus, so 1 by 1 plus row by 100. Sorry there. 1 by 1 plus row by 100 raised to n. Okay, and you can cancel this term, right? Now you get L0 row times 100. Yeah. Huh? Oh my god, that is 1 minus. Oh, why I have something. Is that correct? Yeah, we are still correct. In minus p bar and yes. You substitute at n already, right? In yeah, 0, but they have also minus 1. Why I don't have? Why didn't I have the L0 and this term p bar? Oh, 1 minus 1 minus as well. Where is the series? Okay, here 1 minus. Okay, there should be also 1 minus. Yes, of course, we get 1 minus there. y 1 plus rho by 100. This one cancel each other. Okay. Oh, because they have yeah. 1 minus okay, and still have the okay. 1 minus. Oh, it's already correct. My God, stupid. Wait. Yes. Yes, it's already correct. Nothing wrong. My God. Okay. Row. LC row. And you still have 100 inside that. Right. Oh my God. Where is that? Okay, here. Row by 100, right? So it's going to be LCO and row by 100. That's the numerator. And divided by this, right? It's going to be 1 minus. We can move it to the numerator, but it's going to be negative power, right? So 1 plus rho by 100, okay, to be in the same form as the solution here. There's nothing more, right? It's correct right here. P bar. Thank. That's finished for this problem, P bar. And we left at 3 hours. Okay, we still need to complete this one, right? An engineer has 25 mortgage. What is the meaning of mortgage? Mortgage is the plan ภาษาไทยก็คือโครงการซื้อบ้านในระยะยาวนะครับก็คือจัดสรรครับคุณต้องการซื้อบ้านระยะยาว okay and engineer okay like you know who will finish the bachelor degree like 23-34 years and you start to borrow the money in the long term from the bank, okay, and you have to pay back and you have to complete the payment in 25 years. You borrow somehow like 2,500,000 Thai baht, and the annual interest rate from the bank is 7%, which is computed or compounded monthly. How should he or she pay monthly in order to get full recovery of 2,500,000 in 25 years? So what should we do then? We will derive based on this, okay, from this result. This is the payment in every month, okay. P bar is the payment we have to return to the bank every month, and rho is the annual interest rate, right? But this computation is done every month. It's compounded monthly, but you know that in 1 year we have 12 months and we are going to compute. We need to complete this process. We have to return money to the bank in 25 years. In 1 year we have 12 months, so we need to find how many months
How many months are there in 25 years? How many months are there in 25 years? So the number of months in 25 years will be 25 times 12, right? That's 300 months. So in this long run, you have to bring the money back to the bank 300 times 300 months. All right. So the annual interest rate. The annual interest rate is not rho at all. This is rho annual. Sorry. The annual interest rate is rho, but the monthly interest rate will be rho by 12. Oh, sorry. Because you have to divide the whole annual interest rate by 12. That's the interest rate for a single month. Okay. Yes, of course, we are gonna substitute this into this one, right? As we got before, P bar, as we have got from the previous problem, P bar is rho by 100. Okay. Oh, sorry. I have to mention that the initial amount L0 is 2,500,000 Thai baht. Okay, this is the whole amount. You have the loan at the beginning from the bank, right? You take the money, 2.5 million from the bank, all right? And after that, you need to calculate, right? P bar, how much you should pay every month. P bar is rho by 1. P bar is rho, but this is the rate. This is the rate for 1 year, right? It's this is rho percent, right? Rho by 12%. So it's going to be rho by 12. Okay. But what they say it's 7% annual interest rate. So it's going to be 7 by 12. Okay. P bar is right now rho by 100. So 7 divided by 12 by 100. That's rho by 100. And 1 minus 1 plus rho by 100 again. So this one is 1 plus rho by 100. So it's 7 again by 12 divided by 100. And it is raised to negative n, right? With the power of negative n, but our n is 300. Negative 300, right? And the right hand side is the loan right at the beginning, which is 2,500,000 Thai baht, 2.5 million. 2.5 million. So we have to put it into the calculator นะครับขอจบอันนี้แล้วกันนะครับเพื่อว่าจะได้ผม initial บทนำไปด้วยวันนี้ก็เลยเสียเวลานะครับweiter I don't understand why they use recognition version okay we need to calculate right here oh my god it's quite complicated okay 7 by 12 let's say 1200 okay this 1200 first term and divided by this one 1 minus 1 plus 7 by 1200 right and this term is raises to negative 300 months for payment all right and you have to multiply everything with 2,500,000 1 2 3 okay and that's it you have to pay the pay back to the bank every month by approximately 1,769.4799,319 Thai baht okay that's it I hope it's correct let's check whether our result is correct or not let's check let's see whether our result is correct or not where's that okay here it's 1,769.4799,3188 or 19 okay it's correct and they ask us to 10 นาทีนะครับข้อสุดท้ายแล้วกันนะจะจบอันนี้แล้วนะครับ they ask us to find the closest form of equation number 44 okay 44 is this problem right this one โอเคครับก็เดี๋ยวแทนสูตรให้คุณแล้วกันนะครับจบวันนี้แหละนะครับจบเป็นเรื่องๆไปนะครับจะได้ขึ้นบทที่2ครั้งหน้านะครับโอเค and here okay we have the problem of something like this right y n plus 1 equal to 1 by 2 yn and plus n plus 1 square right and because you see, they say 44 where's 44 this one okay we have to add it by 1 okay you have this equation y n minus 1 right but once you express them in terms of yn plus 1 because you have to use this formula right this formula start from n plus 1 right but the problem express it in terms of n minus 1 44 where is that okay express it in terms of n and n minus 1 it's not suitable for us to use it immediately so it's not it's not proper to use it immediately. So they say yn equal to 1 by 2 sorry n minus 1 and plus Rn, right? And they say Rn is n square, like that. So it means our yn is 1 by 2 yn minus 1 plus n square. But in order to use this formula, the formula in this term, we have to express yn plus 1 on the left hand side, and anything should be n here. So we have to add by, we substitute n equal to n plus 1 to this term and also to this, to also here. Okay. Yes, of course, once you substitute n by n minus n plus 1, you're gonna get n plus 1, right? And here 1 by 2 n plus 1 and minus 1. Okay, because that's the typical thing. Oh, sorry. From the previous state, it's minus 1. And here you get plus n square, right? It's going to be n plus 1 square, right? And if you compare it to the standard equation here, 50, you can see that yn plus 1 equal to qn and sorry, I have to express it first. Anyway, this term will remain 1 by 2, right? Yn and plus n square plus 2n, right? If you distribute it, and plus 1, right? Yes, the qn here is this is yn and plus Rn, right? And you can see that our now Rn will be our qn will be 1 by 2 only, right? If you compare it, qn is only 1 by 2 and Rn is n square plus 2n plus 1, right? Yes, of course, we will use this formula to get yn. Let's start with that. Yn will be y0, of course, y at 0, and product from k equal to 0 until n minus 1 qk. What is q then? Q is 1 by 2, right? So 1 by 2 only. We just express it 1 by 2 and plus sigma k equal to 0 until n minus 1 of r. R is n squared plus 2n plus 1 or n plus 1 square, right? So it's going to be k plus 1. Oh, no. K plus 1 square and the product of j from k plus 1 to n minus 1 but q here is only 1 by 2, so it's going to be 1 by 2. Yes, of course, this one will be y0
times 1 by 2 raised to n. And this term is going to be summation of k from k0 until n minus 1 and k plus 1 square. And this is the term of 1 by 2. This one minus this one and plus 1, right? So it's going to be n plus n minus 1 minus, right? Minus the red one, k plus 1 and plus 1, right? And yes, of course, it's going to be y0 divided by 2 raised to n, and plus summation k from 0, n minus 1, and here is k plus 1 square. And what you can see here is that this term will be 1 by 2 n minus k minus 1. All right, and yes, of course, yn on the left hand side. We still have here y0 divided by 2 raised to n, and of course, this is the, before we go into that, we're going to separate 1 by 2 raised to n minus k minus 1 as 1 by 2 raised to n minus 1 and 1 by 2 raised to negative k, and yn will be y0 2 raised to n and plus summation k from 0 until n minus 1 times k plus 1 square, and we're going to have here 1 by 2 n minus 1 and 1 by 2 raised to negative k. And you can see that this term doesn't depend on k at all. We can move it out of this. So we get y0 2 raised to n plus 1 by 2 raised to n minus 1 and summation from k0 n minus 1 and k plus 1 square and 1 divided by 2 raised to negative k, right? Raised to negative k, but there is a common term which is 2 raised to n, right? 2 with the power of n. So we can move it out of everything, and we open the parentheses, we get y0 here and plus 1 by 2 in summation of k 0 until n minus 1, and you get 2 raised to k in front of that. You get k plus 1 raised to, and everything for that. And here it's the final solution. Let's check whether it's correct or not. Yeah, we move 1 by 2 raised to n y0 and oh my god, this is 2 negative 1. My god, I'm stupid, not finished it yet. Okay, and yeah, everything is fine. Yes, of course, we would have here 1 by 2 raised to n and y0 plus 2 sigma k from 0 and n minus 1 2 raised to k and k plus 1 square, and that's it. Okay, after checking, we could get the proper results. Okay, that's all for the lecture today. We finished the first chapter, first order difference equation. I'm going to type in the proper solution in this way. Another solution is like that. Right here. โอเควันนี้ก็จบบทที่ 1 ไปนะครับ ก็ถ้ามีอันใดสงสัยนะครับ ก็โปรดถามได้นะครับพบกันวันพฤหัสเนาะนะครับถ้านะครับมีอันใดสงสัยนะครับพวก YouTube มีไหมครับฟังอยู่ไหมครับมีอันใดสงสัยไหมเอ่ยไม่มีอันใดสงสัยก็ขอจบการบรรยายวิชา EE211 ครับ Mathematics for Engineering 2 นะครับไว้เพียงเท่านี้นะครับพบกันก็วันพฤหัสตอนบ่ายนะครับบ๊ายบายครับสวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับ we're gonna need to export this one, right? Export. Oh my god. This one. Export to our Mac Mini first, and then this term